folks, you saw me filling up a little bit there, but before we continue I just want to give you some of my thoughts with what I've done. So originally I had a different layout, but someone on Facebook suggested I go from pump straight into processor 1, then processor 2, and so forth. So I followed his idea because I don't know much about hydrodynamics and thermodynamics, but it seems like a good idea to go pump CPU 1, CPU 2, get it cooled by the rad, then go to the GPUs, both GPUs, and then go to the 240 rad, the thick 240 rad, and then back to the pump. So at kind of 2 stages, the main components are cooled before it reaches them. So because previously I had it was pump to rad, then to CPUs, then to GPUs, and then to the second rad. So in this stage it got quite hot, and the GPUs would get secondary heat. In essence, they would get the heat from the CPUs, transferred them to them. So that didn't really make sense. So anyway, my only little concern is that doesn't tighten any further, and I'm worried about bugging up the thread. These two I'm not worried about because I've tested those before. These two I've tightened quite tight already. Again, all hand tight. I don't believe in using a spanner or anything like that. That's a thermal sensor, so I can see what the temperature is going through the pump. Well, no leaks so far. I've got a concerned one down here. Again, that was really, let's see if we can get that one. Get some light on there. Yeah, that one was, again, as you can see, the top one is not screwed in all the way, but it is as far as I can get it. It gets really fiddly in there to kind of get that tight, but it's pretty tight. I make sure the piping, the tube went all the way in. So yeah, and I'm just going to continue filling her up. Okay, so now I've just realised, because I'm a complete freaking idiot. So as you can see, originally this was going to be in, out, but now I've kind of made it go the other way because I've last minute changed my flow routing. It's now going out, in. So I hope XSPC, I hope you design your blocks really well, because I'm going against the flow. I don't know if the fins inside the copper block is designed to go one way. The water is definitely flowing, as you can see, but I don't know if it's creating extra resistance. I really don't know what will happen now that I'm going the wrong way. So like I said, yeah, so that's the outlet and that's the inlet, but what I'm doing is I'm going in on the outlet and out on the inlet, and vice versa there. As you can see, the Racestorm logo is upside down. So one thing I've just spotted is that this here is literally touching this heatsink. I don't know how hot that gets. I've seen, I don't know, I am concerned that this will eventually melt through this plastic tubing. I didn't realise it was that close until just now. I may have to put a couple of 45s in there just to kind of have it bend out. So the 45 there, the 45 there, so that it kind of comes, it will come out and then back in again. But yeah, oh well, all part of the fun, right? Right guys, so what I've done, I've taken both water blocks out, CPU blocks out, and reversed it. So, so that is now in, out, straight to there. Yeah, because I knew that if I didn't do it now, it's going to bugger the crap out of me. So, leak test is in progress, and I made a modification to the loop there. You can focus. So as you can see, that is now going out, and there's a big kind of weird curve going out, because otherwise, well, I needed to avoid the rams going in there later on, and also I want to avoid this heatsink, this platinum heatsink, because I was worried that's going to eventually burn a hole through my tube. So it took a while to do, but well worth it, I think. The blocks, I've rotated the other way around now, so these were upside down, but now that's now focus, that is now in, out, okay. And then from, try to do this with my hand, come down into the GPU block. This is a parallel, so that's not a series, it's a parallel bridge, and that goes down underneath to the 240 rad. Then it comes all the way back into the reservoir again. So overall, focus, quite pleased with what I've done with it. It's not perfect, it's not the tidiest, it's not colour coordinated. I mean, I've got like noctua browns there, I've got blues there, I've got reds there, greens there, it's like flipping all over the place. But like I said, this is just a project that is a mishmash of bits and pieces. So try to minimise the spend as least as possible. A couple of people have questioned why I would need something like this, and to be honest, no, I don't need anything like this. My 3930K overclocked was more than adequate, but this is a project I just wanted to do, and now this is going to be, it's not going to be my gaming station, but saying that, it's got two 780s in there, so it might be used for gaming, but it's just going to be something that I'm just going to use on my main rig from now on, because I spent a lot of money on it and a lot of time on it, and a labour of love, really. So yeah, just doing the leak test. I've literally only started 10 minutes ago. Made myself a cup of tea, come back, had a look, and everything seems fine. There's a couple of fittings which I'm a bit dubious about, so focus there. So I mean, that really is tightened. I mean, everything's hand tightened. I don't try and wrench anything in, because I'm just, well, from reading from what the experts say, they say you shouldn't do that, so I haven't done that. So everything's going to hand tighten, but as you can see, even though it's hand tight, it doesn't fit all the way in, which is fine, you know. And my puny little arms seem to do the job. But yeah, and also, as you can see, my fittings are all over the place. So that's an EK fitting, that's an XSPC fitting, XSPC, that's an EK, and I think that's a mixture of Barrow 45s. Let's see if I've got one here. No, I don't have a spare one anymore. Oh yes I do, got a spare. So that's a Barrow 45 degree. But yeah, so that's it for now guys. I mean, let me know if you have any questions, and I'm nearly there.